What if I told you that 1 hectare of professionally managed oil palm plantation has an illustrative 25-year revenue projection of over 126 million? Now, imagine owning multiple hectares of that year after year. But here is what many people don't understand. You don't start earning immediately. Oil palm is a long-term wealth asset, not a get-rich-quick scheme. You see, in this video, I will break down exactly how the Nova Palm revenue projection works, what each growth stage means, and what investors can realistically expect over time. Not just buying for buying's sake. This is what you should be expecting. Hello there again. I'm Caleb Darius, your trusted real estate and agro investment consultant. If you're looking for an investment that combines land ownership with long-term agricultural income, you see in this video, this one speaks about it all. Today, we will look at the actual revenue projection for Nova Palm City and explain it. How oil palm grows, why production increases every year, what investors can potentially earn, why experienced investors think in decades, not months. Right now, let's dive right in. So, what makes oil palm unique? That very question is important. You see, unlike many investments where you simply are buying shares or contributing money into a pool, with the Nova Palm City, you are purchasing land that is professionally developed into an oil palm plantation. That means you are not just buying farmland. You are acquiring a productive agricultural asset. See, your plantation grows. Your trees get matured. They produce fresh fruit bunches. Those fruits are harvested and sold. This is where the income comes from, where your money comes from, where your earning comes from. Now, understanding the revenue timeline. One of the biggest mistakes investors make is expecting immediate return when this is not a rich quick scheme. Oil palm follows a natural biological growth cycle. Let me walk us through this. You see, for the first 2 years, this is the establishment stage. The trees are developing strong root system. There is no commercial harvest yet. This period is about just building a healthy plantation. And for the year 3, that is when the early fruiting begins. This is where production begins. Illustrative projection that I can give right now, let's use a 7.5 tons, right? 7.5 tons of the FFB estimate gross revenue will be equals to 1.9 to 5 million naira. This is actually only the beginning. This is only the beginning. 1.9 million naira on a 7.5 tons of the fresh fruit bunches. Remember, this is not on the oil production itself. It's on the fresh fruit bunches. So we are producing the fresh fruit bunches and just selling the fresh fruit bunches. That is where you are earning from. That is where the money is coming from. Not from oil production, but from the fresh fruit bunches. So going to the 4th year, the year 4, production improves significantly. Yield increases to around 12.5 tons. Now, the illustrative revenue, the income projection for the 12.5 tons will be 3.2 million naira. 3.2 million naira. Notice something. Without buying more land, your earning potential increases because your trees are becoming more productive. You see, in the year 5, your plantation becomes stronger. It becomes stronger. Yield will now be at 17.5 tons with an income projection of 4.5 million naira illustratively. This is why patience rewards you. This is why it is also Why patience is rewarded in agriculture? Because you see, agriculture is not like I've been saying, a rich quick scheme or a quick rich scheme, whichever one. This is you planting a seed that naturally grows while making you to hen year after year, possibly twice in a year, depending, right, on whichever sector you go into when it comes to agriculture. But right now, we are talking about oil palm. Now, let's go to the 6th to the 8th year. This is called the maturing phase. Average production reaches approximately around 21 tons annually, illustratively, right? And the illustrative annual revenue will now be around 5.4 million naira. Across 3 years, approximately you've earned 16.3 million across 3 years. Now, from year 9 to 18, now you have entered the peak production years. This is where oil palm performs at its best. Average production will be around 24.4 tons annually. Illustrative annual revenue will be around 6.3 million naira across 10 years. You see, approximately 63.7 million naira. This period contributes to the largest share of projected revenue. Now, imagine my client who bought into this last month, bought 10 hectares. 10 hectares at 275 million naira, because an hectare is currently price as set to rise. Currently selling for 13.75 million naira. Right? Yes. An hectare is selling for 13.75 million naira. One acre is selling for 5.5 million naira. Now we are dealing with an hectare, right? Selling at 13.75 million naira. So imagine him buying 10 hectares. How much he is earning? He bought few in his name, bought the rest in his children's name. That is a man that understands legacy. That is a man that understands planting an investment that will work even long after he is gone for his children, and his name will remain. Now, at year 19 to 25, you see how I'm taking my time to break this down to you. Production naturally stabilizes. Average yield will be around 20 tons. Now, for an illustrative annual revenue, we are looking at 5.2 million naira. Across 7 years, you've earned over 36.4 million naira. 36.4 million naira on top how much where you invest. Now, across the full 25-year period, illustrative gross revenue per hectare is approximately 126.2 million naira. Remember, this figure are illustrative projection. Actual results can vary depending on agronomic performance, weather, market prices, and agricultural or operational factors. Right? Operational factors. See, of course, if we can't put the actual, I can't put the actual figures because I don't know how much oil palm trees will be in those numbers of years. But let's go back. In all the time that you have heard and come to know about oil palm tree, has the price gone down? I mean, drastically gone down that people lose their investment? Never. How much was a oil in a small ever bottle then? Right now, then it was how much? 500 naira. How much was it? Was it? Yeah. I'm talking about a few years back. Oh. Right now, it's selling for 2,000 something, depending on the location. 2,000 something. So imagine 5 liters or 10 liters or going to 25 liters. I remember I once sold 25 liters for around 20 something thousand naira. Now, 25 liters. Go and ask for the price in the market. So now imagine then when the price of oil keeps increasing and demand for it is high every day. So what about the small investors, the smaller investors? Of course, we know that it's not everyone that starts with 1 hectare. Let's use the indicative matured annual revenue guide. You see, 1 acre, which is the 6th plot, produces approximately 20 to 25 tons annually. Illustrative gross revenue will be around 2.4 to 3 million naira annually. 2 acres will be around 40 to 50 tons, and the illustrative gross revenue will be around 4.8 to 6 million naira annually. So if we're going to 5 acres, which is now going in hectares, That will be 100 to 125 tons. And the illustrative gross revenue will be around 12 to 15 million naira annually. Then looking at 10 acres, that will be 200 to 250 tons. And the gross illustrative revenue will be around 24 to 30 million naira annually. The larger your holdings, the larger the production capacity. The larger your holdings, note, the larger your holdings, the larger the production capacity once the plantation reaches maturity. Meaning, the higher the capacity, once the plantation reaches maturity, the higher your returns, the higher your revenue. Remember, you own the land. While this land is producing for you, remember, it is also increasing in terms of capital appreciation. Your land is increasing in value. Remember, you are just buying land. We are planting for you. Now, this is an important disclaimer I need to put out there. It is important to understand that these are just illustrative projections, not guaranteed return. You see, agriculture is influenced by factors such as the weather, soil health, farm management, pest control, market prices for fresh fruit bunches. Remember, I told you, know the price now and imagine what the price will be in the nearest future when your land is, or your harvest is now in the market. So, professional management helps optimize the production, but no responsible agricultural investment should promise fixed return. So, I am not promising you a fixed return, but I'm telling you, with the current price now, imagine what your investment will be. You see, I had a client who flew in as at 6 years ago, right, to come by. He was skeptical at first, but as at 2 years ago, when he came in, it has yielded. He gave testimony because allocation, he didn't even trust me still, right? He didn't. But then I went ahead to do the allocation for him. Like, I went to represent him. And when it was yield, I told him again, come over so that you can see the yield and all of that. And he gave testimony, which I've shared before. He gave testimony and he was happy. I was also happy because he spoke to other people and spoke to other people concerning me, because I can understand, most especially my brothers and sisters from outside Nigeria. They're looking for an investment that can yield them return, something that can work for them, to place their money somewhere that will be generating them. You don't want to throw your money away. I understand the fear, and that is why I bring assets that keeps producing and keeps working for you once you put your money in it. Now, I'm not promising a fixed return, but I'm telling you it's a steady income generating asset, because I myself am an investor who own into the earlier stage when it was still selling, 1 acre was still selling for 1.5, then later it went to 2.5. I bought in the first phase, I bought in the second phase. Then when this was selling, I'm still earning. I'm still earning too. So what are we saying? The biggest takeaway is this. The biggest takeaway I need you to take is this. Oil palm rewards patience. You aren't simply buying land. You are investing in a productive asset designed to generate income over many years, while the land itself may also appreciate in value. For investors looking to diversify into agriculture, you see, the Palm City offers a structured approach that combines land ownership with professional plantation management. So, if you would like to understand how this investment works, see the available land sizes, and discuss whether it fits your investment goal, I will be happy to guide you through it from Genesis to Revelation. So, do well to reach out to us, right? Or share this video with someone who is interested in the agricultural investment. I am Caleb Darius. I will see you in the next one.